I'm Big Lou with Big Lou Barbecue and other things I want to do. And let me tell you what I got going on for you today. We're going to do bacon wrapped oysters on the grill. Now let me tell you a story. Yeah, let me tell you. That's one word. Let me tell you. All right? I'm going to put it on the screen so you can read it. Let me tell you one word. Let me tell you a story. When I was a youngster, knee-high to a grasshopper, probably about 5, maybe 6. My grandparents in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, used to have some friends live down in New Iberia, Louisiana. And they came for a visit one cold winter's day around Christmas time. And of course, I was just young, so I didn't know much about the kitchen or whatever. But I remember that he did this, and I thought it was the coolest thing. They had brought some oysters to my grandparents, and my granddad and him shucked all the oysters, and then they took a coat hanger, and they wrapped the coat hanger into a circle and kind of hooked the ends, and they threaded those oysters onto that coat hanger, each oyster wrapped in bacon. And then what they did is they grilled it up on the side of the grill, and then they just flipped that whole ring of bacon wrapped oysters over. I thought it was the coolest thing. And if I remember correctly, they let me try one, but I don't really remember what seasonings were on it. I was just a youngster. I have no idea what the recipe is. Of course, my grandfather's long gone and dead, and I have nobody to find out. But I know one thing, I like bacon wrapped oysters, but I'm not going to put them on a coat hanger because I don't know what goes on coat hangers, plastic coatings or whatever. I'm gonna just put them on some stainless steel skewers. All right, bacon wrapped oysters, Big Lou Barbecue.
Okay, I'm using these pre-shucked in a plastic container oysters from the grocery store, not fresh from the supermarket, but hey, I don't have to shuck them. All I gotta do is open it. Okay, you want to count the number of oysters you have, and what I have here is 19. I counted them twice. No, it's not an even 20. And then you want to put a seasoning on them. Old Bay. I use Old Bay a lot. Old Bay's good. It's sort of an East Coast flavor. Tony Chachere's works. You can use whatever kind of Cajun Creole seasoning you want or any other seasoning blends you want, a seafood seasoning blend. What I'm going to use is something called Ragin' Cajun Rub. This came from Stephen Reichland's barbecue Bible series. I got it out of a cookbook, but the recipe's available online, and I'll put a link to it. I really like this, and I'm just going to sprinkle it all on these oysters. I think it's going to make them good. First time I've used it on oysters, but I've used it for blackened fish, and so I'm pretty sure it's going to be good stuff. All right. Take about 1/3 of a slice of thin cut bacon. You don't need thick cut bacon. You want the bacon to enhance the flavor of the oyster, not the oyster enhancing the flavor of the bacon. Wrap it up, impale it on a skewer. Boom, like that right there. I'm gonna load this whole skewer up, and I'll meet you at the grill. All right, my skewer of bacon wrapped oysters looks just like that right there. All right, I got the cast iron hibachi up with a chimney full of oak charcoal. I believe it's the B&B brand, but it's oak lump charcoal. I like using lump in this cast iron one a lot, but I don't have very many videos where I use lump in it. But anyway, I got lump on hand, so we're using lump. Now for the bacon wrapped oysters. Just like that. It's gonna be good. I wish you could smell it. It's gonna be good. Okay. Sometimes when you're cooking, you gotta make adjustments. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna push these coals over to that side. Let these oysters, and push them toward the back. Let these oysters cook right here without the coals directly under it. That lump got a little hotter than I expected it to. So we're gonna cook them right there. And I pushed all the coals over here. All right, I've also got some bread toasting up. Part of grilling is error correction. So what I'm gonna do, I'll make sure this doesn't stick with the spatula this time, and flip them over like that, and they're getting just about done. That one is. I'm gonna have to taste test it. Woo! Serve up these oysters. Do about 3 of them here. Just get a fork and just kind of pull them right on off the skewer. There they are, bacon wrapped oysters, just like that.
All right, bacon wrapped oysters look just like that. Excuse me for using my fingers. Woo! Go ahead and ask me if I like it. Those are good. You should try it. Big Lou barbecued, bacon wrapped grilled oysters.